Hello, my lovely people. Happy Thursday. I had a massive realization yesterday and today about what is truly keeping twin flames apart. What is keeping them from union? And I want to share that with you guys. Now, mind you, I've had this realization before several times. I've talked about this before several times, but for some reason, it's like it all came together at once within the last 24 hours. Yesterday when I was on a call, today when I was in the shower, because that's where great ideas come to mind. So I wanted to share this with you all, put it all together about what truly keeps twin flames apart. First things first, the reason why I came to this, I was on a call with a client of mine whose twin flame, we know is her twin flame. We know it's her divine masculine. Yet he's never admitted his feelings for her. He's always in denial. And she was saying that she was praying to God and she was like, please just make him stop being in denial. Can you please wake him up, make him see the truth, right? As she was explaining this to me, of course, I'm in my head and I'm like, why does this keep happening? Why does this happen to some divine feminines, but not to all? Because I've never experienced this. My twin flame and I, we've always been very open about how we feel about each other. We're not afraid to admit that we're attracted to each other and things of that sort. And so I thought, why does this happen to some divine feminines and not to all? Because I've had this happen to other divine feminines as well. And I was like, what is the pattern here? What is the pattern? And then I realized something. There's a few different things, so bear with me. So number one, when you speak negatively about your divine masculine, when you are holding them in a very low regard, when you just think of them even though, because divine feminines will say, oh, I love my divine masculine, but then they just talk smack about them. I've seen this time and time again with certain divine feminines, and it's not healthy. I understand that you have been hurt, that so many divine feminines have been hurt by their divine masculine, but you have to visualize when we want to create our reality, we have to create what we want and visualize that person that we want, that we know is meant for us, okay? We visualize that person in their highest timeline. How are they treating us? How are they this and that? All of that. And I know that can be very hard, but you look at the positives about them or you visualize them in that light, okay? We also have to remember that you have to hold yourself in your highest timeline. So number one is don't speak negatively about your twin flame. Do not speak negatively about them, because if you do, they will speak or feel negatively about you or about the connection. They will then doubt the connection because they're feeling you doubting the connection because you're speaking so negatively about them. Number two is having faith in the connection. When we constantly doubt the connection, they too will doubt the connection, right? So I remember that first year, the first year of being activated, I had the most inner knowing, the most faith. Obviously not in the first few months. I was like, what is this? Is this really? But then I just knew. For a while, then I had for months on end, mind you, I hadn't spoken to my divine masculine. I was just like, no, I know that he is my twin flame. I know that we're supposed to be together. I know he loves me. I know, right? Because it's the affirmations, but it wasn't even because I was trying to rewire my brain. I just had that knowing. And so because I didn't doubt the connection, what did he do? He then came forward and said, hey, I can't stop thinking about you, blah, 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 blah. So when we have that knowing and we trust and we let go of the doubt, your twin flame, because you share the same subconscious, will also let go of the doubt, will also trust, and it will make room for them to come forward to approach you and admit their feelings to you or take some action, okay? But as soon as we have that doubt, they're out the window. This is why we have to maintain balance of our subconscious, of our feelings, of our thoughts, our behaviors, and just trust, okay? And let go of the doubt. But then there's, of course, the factor of divine timing, right? So even if we are focusing on ourselves, we're working on ourselves, we're letting go of the doubt, and your divine masculine may come forward, but there's also divine timing. There's divine orchestration. I truly believe, yes, we can manifest things into our reality, but it has to be meant for us at when God decides it's meant for us, right? There's times where I've had clients and even myself where people are married and their divine masculine does confess their feelings to them. But if they're still technically legally married, you can't be with your divine masculine. You can't be with your twin flame, right? That's just one example. Or if you're living in different cities or states or countries, etc., there has to be divine orchestration to make that happen, right? This is why, and I don't speak about this much, there's this thing that I came up with, and it's the 3 F's. And the first one is faith. Having faith and a knowing that you are meant to be with your twin flame. If you truly have that knowing, okay, not everyone has that inner knowing, but if you truly have that inner knowing that you are meant to be with your twin flame, if you have that inner knowing they are your twin flame and you guys are meant to be together, you don't know how, you don't know when, and that's okay. But you know that it'll happen, then you're good. Keep that faith, okay? Then you have the second F, that is focus. Focus on yourself, focus on you, focus on your career, your mission, your purpose, focus on loving yourself, saying those affirmations. I am beautiful, I am confident, I love myself, I'm proud of myself, I am amazing, I am magnetic, I am charming, and blah, 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 blah. Focusing on building yourself, right? Doing everything that will better yourself. Listen to subliminals. This is like one of the number one things that really rewires your subconscious and puts you in that state, in that reality that you wish to be in. Then number 3 is F for flow. You have to surrender. You have to go with the flow. You have to allow yourself to receive and just trust in the divine, right? So when you have faith and you focus on yourself and you surrender and you go with the flow, everything will work itself out. You guys we need to stop doubting. We need to stop thinking like it's never going to happen, but you also don't need to focus on them. You don't need to focus on when or how. Just forget, just trust. If you have the inner knowing that they are your twin flame, great. Now let it go. Trust that it'll happen while focusing on yourself and trust in the divine timing. Go with the flow, allow things to happen. But the more you doubt and the more you focus on them, they will not focus on you. The more you doubt the connection, they will doubt the connection. Because again, you share the same consciousness, okay? So when you are focusing on them or when you are doubting the connection, they're gonna doubt, okay? I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but I really wanna get it through your head. So stop thinking negatively about them. Stop holding them in such a low regard. Keep them in a high regard. Trust that they are working on themselves just like you are. Trust that they love you. Trust that they want you. Like, oh, I wonder if they love me. No, I know they love me. I wonder if they really want me. No, I know they want me. I wonder if they'll ever come back. I know they'll come back. I know. It's not I wonder, it's I know. You need to have faith. And, I know it sounds like I'm feeding your delusions, but it's not about, again, this is not about focusing on them though. It's just trusting, having faith in your inner knowing, trusting and having faith in your intuition. If your intuition is telling you that you are meant to be with them, then so be it. Then trust that, but then let it go. We do not keep focusing on, well, is it or is it not? Because again, this is the battle of the mind and the soul. The ego is making you doubt. But you tell ego to kindly step aside because your soul, your heart knows what is meant for you. Your soul and your heart knows what is meant to be in your life. And you trust that. And then you let it go. Focus on building yourself up, like I said, and that's it. And you surrender and you allow the divine to let the divine work its magic. It's divine magic. It's like it's such a simple thing, but when it hits you good, and you're like, that's it. That is it. Let it click in your mind. Go listen to some subliminals, tell yourself affirmations, go work on being the badass, confident self that you are.